And I noticed Russell Crowe as Goering doesn't do a lot of singing in the film. Is that a response to the criticism?
No,
or?
now see, this goes to Allison's earlier point. He did do a lot of singing. You just didn't get to see it. It all wound up on the cutting field. And that kind of vulnerability, him putting himself out there.
Yeah, deeply
and
vulnerable
nobody's
work,
even
Jon.
Oh,
going to see it.
On screen, it couldn't be more different. In real life, they share one similarity. They're my first guests of the evening. Please welcome to the stage the wonderful Michael Shannon and the phenomenal Allison Tolman. Thanks for being here. Nice to meet you.
Pleasure. Nice to meet you.
Hi.
Good to
Thank
see you.
Good to see you too.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome to both of you. Wow. Two incredible actors.
Thank you.
Such different vibes in your roles, you know?
Between us?
Yeah.
That's true.
Have you ever...
I did a show with a talking dog for a while. Have you done one of those?
No, I just had a talking dog. It wasn't a show. It was just
life.
my life.
Damn.
Yeah.
I would like to see you as a kind-hearted and sweet nurse trying to have it all. I'd like to see you prosecute the Nazis at Nuremberg, huh?
I'm up for it. I'm going to start with tattoos. Check them all.
Yeah, gotta
Very
check
carefully.
them all. You gotta check all the
check them all.
Check your tattoos.
Yeah.
It's be part of our screening process for candidates from this point forward. So, Michael, you're in Nuremberg, which comes out on November 7th. I've watched it, and I was really moved by it. And I'm curious what led you to want to do it. Like, what about Robert Jackson as a person or about the story?
Well, I didn't know anything about Robert Jackson. I had never even heard of him. So when I read the script, I was a little embarrassed that I didn't know more about how this came to be, how the trials came to be, and it seemed like an important story that I assume a lot of people don't know much about it, and so I figured it'd be worth telling. Yeah.
So Robert Jackson was a Supreme Court justice. He was one of the people that dissented in Korematsu. He was one of the 9 votes in Brown v. Board of Education. But in between, he took a leave of absence from the Supreme Court to go do the prosecutions at Nuremberg, which I like, which is just sort of a fascinating thing for a Supreme Court justice to do. He also served in the Supreme Court even though he had a heart attack and was sort of lying in the hospital, and he had to leave the hospital to be the 9th vote in Brown v. Board of Education, part of a long tradition in this country of Supreme Court justices not leaving soon enough.
To what could you be referring?
And before you've also played General Zod, and you've played Supreme Court Justice Robert Jackson. Who did you know about more before? Be honest, please.
Well, I only knew about General Zod because I had seen Terrence Stamp's portrayal in the original film series. Yeah, Terrence. So that's what I knew about that. But I was never a big comic book collector as a kid, so I didn't know that much about him.
But if you saw 2 hours of Terrence doing the role, it seems like you knew more about Zod.
True. Yeah. Well, I mean, I didn't.
To return to the question, sorry to.
Yeah. No. I mean, you're trying to humiliate me in front of all these
This is really a
people.
leading question.
Jesus Christ.
Answer the question. You played a lawyer who prosecuted the Nazis. I'm not that bad.
You're not under oath. You can lie, Michael.
Well, when I was, I mean, frankly, one of the things I appreciate about my job is that, like, when I was a kid going to school, I didn't really find history that interesting, but it was partially because of the way it was presented, you know, in these really dull textbooks, and when you're acting and you get an assignment like this, you dive into these historical situations in a much more four-dimensional way, where you're actually trying to imagine what it was like to be these people and do the things that they did. And so I've actually learned a lot from doing what I do.
Allison, do you feel bad at all that St. Denis Medical doesn't do anything to kind of dive into the nature of evil and the ways in which the machinery of bureaucracy and hatred can be combined to do unspeakable horror, for which there is truly no just punishment?
No.
But it's a fun, goofy show.
It's a loving, heartwarming show. I do think. I mean, I think that we do get a little into, hey, our healthcare system is not great, which is good.
But not a lot about Nazis in it.
No.
From what I've seen,
I'm going to
may
be
come up
honest.
later.
Almost no Nazis in season 2. You have to tune in to find out.
Russell Crowe plays a Nazi.
Yeah.
Hey, there's something funny about Russell Crowe I wanted to ask you about. He seems to have an implacable desire in film to play a big fat guy and go, he does that a lot. I love it when he does it.
I'm not as familiar with his filmography as you are. I wasn't aware of that.
But you confront him. He plays is it Goering? He plays Goering or Goebbels. Goering. And you confront him in it.
I do.
That must have been fun.
I killed him in Man of Steel.
Oh my God! Of course, you
So
killed him in Man of Steel.
That was a little bit
It's
more
really
of an
facing
affront.
back off again. Wow.
Yeah, I really got it out for him. Yeah.
I didn't even make that connection. That's so funny. You kill him in Man of Steel, and then you come back and you prosecute him as a Nazi. What are you going to do to get him next? Maybe it could be in space. Allison, wouldn't that be something?
Yes. I understand my role here.
Allison, in season 1, episode 11 of St. Denis, medical workers are pressured to upsell patients on non-critical procedures.
See, topical Nazis.
Have there been, it's a very funny show, but you are diving into the actual realities of healthcare. And was there ways in which that, like, why did you want to do this? Like, was there anything personal to you about it?
Yeah, when I got the script, I'd actually just spent like the longest stint of my life in the hospital system. My dad had been sick for a few weeks, and I'd gone back to Texas to be there while he was in the hospital. He's better now. Thank you. Way to go, Dave. But so I kind of got the script at a time when I just had been spending some time in that space and was really like thankful to the professionals who took care of him. And also when my dad was sick, my mom and I could only watch sitcoms. Like that's all she could like stomach at the end of the day. And I hadn't been looking for a sitcom. I've been trying to get back to Fargo since I shot Fargo. I was like, prestige TV is where it's at. And then I got this sitcom script and I was like, I think this is what I need to be doing right now. I think this is where I want to spend my energy, is just like making something that feels good at the end of the day for people to like let wash over them, because things are rough. But Nazi movies are great too.
Hey,
so great, really great.
Michael, don't let that get to you. You do such great work, and I don't want you to leave here thinking that we don't think that.
That's not what I'm
You're an
thinking.
amazing actor, even if your stuff doesn't do what her stuff does.
Yeah.
Her stuff does something that your stuff doesn't, but your stuff does something that her stuff doesn't.
No, I've done things that wash over people.
I will say I just rewatched Knives Out the other day, and you're very funny in Knives Out.
Oh, yeah.
See?
Yeah.
See? Very funny.
You were in Bad Boys too.
Yeah, I was in Kangaroo Jack too. You want to fucking talk about that?
I don't. Now I'm a little scared. That's so cool. Michael Shannon being intense with me, and I love it. Love It or Leave It, brought to you by Bombas. Fall is here. Kids are back in school. Vacations are over. It's officially the start of what? It's start of cozy season, which means time to slide into some Bombas. You know Bombas, most comfortable socks and slippers out there, made from premium materials that actually make sense for this time of year. Bombas are made from the softest materials. Merino wool that keeps you warm when it's chilly but cool when it's hot. Supima cotton that's softer, stronger, more breathable than regular cotton. And even rag wool, that thick, durable, classic, thick, cozy sock you'll want all fall. And it's not just socks. Bombas design slippers. They make it hard to leave the house, from Sherpa-lined Sunday slippers to packing-friendly gripper slippers, and even waterproof EVA Friday slides. And I've told you before, I have them. I wear them every single day. They're great. They're so comfortable. They look good. They come in a bunch of colors. And by the way, little tip, because we live in a world in which boy colors are often, I would say, less varied than what they consider to be girl colors, you can buy, you know what? Nobody knows that my Friday slides, they were for women. Same f***ing shoe. Same shoe. Just in a kind of a purple. For every pair you buy, Bombas donates one to someone experiencing homelessness. Over 150 million items have been donated thanks to customers. And with their happiness guarantee, if you're not 100% into what you've got, they'll make it right. No risk, all reward. Plus, they're available through international shipping to over 200 countries. And you know what? Because Bombas helps people by giving an item away as for every one you get, maybe they'll be receptive to my pitch, which is if you're making a bunch of shoes that are the same shoes in different colors, in all different sizes, you can put both sets of colors in both places because you know how to translate the different sizes. I figured it out myself. I'm a woman's 11 or whatever it is, you know?
Okay.
And if you're doing that work on the back, you can do it for me, you know? Plus, you know, they have a happiness guarantee and this makes me happy. If you're not 100% into what you've got, they'll make it right. No risk, all reward. Plus, they're available through international shipping to over 200 countries. Again, I love Bombas socks. I wear them every single day. They're so comfortable. I have the vintage styles, which have a different color. I often try to, believe it or not, match the stripe on my sock to my gym outfit. It's a little bit of crazy that I bring every day.
I appreciate that level of OCD.
It just makes me happy to be color blocked. Head on over to bombas.com/loveit, LOVETT, and use code LOVEIT for 20% off your first purchase. That's Bombas, BOMBAS.com/love it, code LOVEIT at checkout. So you also directed a film for the first time.
I did.
And it just came out this year. Can you just talk about that? And what, like, why did you want to do that movie?
I watched this film.
Oh, Eric LaRue. Yeah.
I loved this film.
Oh, thank you, Allison. Yeah.
Judy was so great in that.
Yeah, and she's something.
She's wonderful.
Allison Pill.
Allison
Pill, a friend of mine. Yes, please talk about your movie. But I did see it.
Thanks.
I forgot you directed
Thanks
it. It's
for
wonderful.
watching it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Well, it was written by... So I belong to a theater company in Chicago, and... it's Chicago. Red Orchid Theater, and we have a playwright in our company, Brett Neveu, and we've done a ton of his plays over the years. And this Eric LaRue started out as a play that we did in 2002, and it's a play about the parents of a boy who commits a school shooting, and then 20 years later, Brett hands me, he says, "Oh, I've written a screenplay of it," and I'm sitting there reading it and thinking, this damn thing's as relevant as it was 20 years ago. That's really unfortunate. So it's like nothing has changed. So I thought, well, let's get it out there. And I didn't want to play any one of the parts so much as kind of be a part of creating the whole community, because I loved all the characters so much. And so that's why I decided to direct it.
So there's something interesting to me that happens when like renowned actors become directors, which is I think acting gets short shrift as like people know it's a magical and amazing talent, but it's not seen as like a hard skill in the same way being a cinematographer is or being an editor is. And yet it's great actors that have often become a lot of great directors. You see that over and over again. And I'm curious, what you think an actor understands about directing a movie that maybe others wouldn't.
Oh, well, that's interesting. Yeah. Well, first of all, I don't know the answer to that question in totality. I mean, I just did my one little movie. I don't even know if I'll make another one, but I think one thing that was very important to me is because the story we're telling and the subject matter was so kind of scary and dark and difficult. I wanted the actors to feel very safe when they were on set. And I don't think that's something that happens a lot of times when you're at work, that people really take into consideration just how terrified all the actors are. Because most actors are in some state of, if not terror, at least in insane self-doubt, like all the time. So, for me, it's a very... There's a common misperception of directing, I think, is kind of an authoritarian, dictatorial position where you're just telling people what to do all the time. And for me, I didn't care if anybody did what I told them to do. I just wanted to help them. Like, are you okay? What do you have a question, or is there anything I can do? You want a cup of coffee? I want you to feel okay, like, because I know this is really hard. So I guess that was a long way of saying empathy. Like, I have a lot of empathy for what they're trying to do, you know.
Allison, do you find you're scared all the time?
I find that I think that good acting is always really vulnerable work, which I think, can be very scary. And I think that can exist in like any medium. You can be like doing good work that's really vulnerable because you're doing a gag where you're like throwing yourself on the ground, or you're trying like an improv line that you didn't get, vetted by any writers, or you're doing what, Judy Greer did in your film and just like kind of ripping yourself open for the course of, an hour and a half.
Yeah, it just seems like I always feel for actors because it's such a hard thing, and then it's totally out of your hands once you're done. You have no idea what's going to be used.
Bizarre. It is really, truly, especially if you come from the theater, which both of us come from the theater, where you really are like, it's this little package deal. You rehearse and you have it all down, and then you do a little performance and you have full control over and knowledge of like what happened that night. And when on film, you just sort of surrender it over, and you have no idea how it'll edit, how it'll fall out, how it'll come together, and how it'll play. It's very, very strange. It's very different.
So, Michael, you do it's like a 20 or 25 minute scene. It's like 20 pages of dialogue with Russell Crowe, like you did with no cuts. You just did the scene all in one shot. How did that go?
Yeah. I mean, it's the final, I have him on the stand.
And he goes, "You can't handle the truth."
Das truth.
He says, "Achen."
Cannot wait to see this movie. It's going to be
and
so
you're like,
good.
I don't understand. You don't. This is it. Speak in English. We won, you fucking asshole.
But
I'm quoting it, but I don't know the rest.
No, I mean you know it as well as I did. There was a lot of improv. Yeah.
That's nice. They kept it loose.
Yeah.
That's nice. Makes for more fun.
Yeah. They had scheduled the scene to be shot over 3 days, and the idea being that it was too long, and they do the first part and then the second part and the third part, and Russell and I both agreed that sounded like a really shitty idea. So we said, can we just do the whole thing, and we wound up saving the production a couple of shooting days, which the director was very grateful for.
You get a little taste of that? Get your beat wet?
Do
That's real. That's money in their pockets. You don't get anything for that.
Yeah. I don't know why they do that. I mean, I guess there are some people that have never done stage, and so maybe the idea of learning so much dialogue throws them off. But I mean, I've been learning entire plays for a long time, so I can handle even 20 pages of dialogue.
And I noticed Russell Crowe as Goering doesn't do a lot of singing in the film. Is that a response to the criticism?
No, now see, this goes to Allison's earlier point. He did do a lot of singing. You just didn't get to see it. It all wound up on the cutting floor. And that kind of vulnerability, him putting himself out there.
Yeah, deeply
and
vulnerable
then nobody's
work,
even
Jon.
going to see it.
We have no control over the end product.
He and Rudolph Hess do the cell block tango cut from the fucking film.
Time.
Can you imagine the lyrics they wrote for that? Spoof?
Deeply disturbing. They had it coming. That's the lyric of the song I mentioned. Follow the thought to its logical conclusion. Ooh, in your own goddamn heads. I'm so sorry for that, Michael Shannon.
Oh, it's okay. It's vicious. You should put like some barbed wire
Chicken
up
wire.
here or something.
Yeah.
Start throwing beer cans like at a honky tonk.
They forget their place. Michael, you having fun on this show?
I am.
Oh,
I
thank
enjoy
God.
it.
Allison, how are you
I
doing?
mean, I'll never do it again.
I'll come back if Michael comes back.
We're a team.
Yeah, but
Where's the handcuffs?
we're only doing this together from now on.
I love that. That was beautiful. And I don't want to spoil the end of Nuremberg, but we get him. That's cool, right?
Not all of them, right? I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well. Yeah, that's
You know what I mean, John?
That's a good point. I guess the thesis of the film that if we try them here, that'll be that. But did you take anything away from playing Robert Jackson once you got to know him because you were preparing for the role?
Take anything away.
Like you learn about this guy to play him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I just think he's a role model. Something I learned is I don't even think he went to law school.
No, he was like an apprentice.
Yeah, and I think it's very easy nowadays to feel like there's nothing you can do. Like, oh, geez, there's all this terrible stuff going on, but there's nothing I can do about it. But this was a guy who never did that. He always said, no, there is something I can do, and I'm going to do it. And, he met tremendous resistance to his notion of the trials.
Yeah.
Because everybody in all branches of government just said, well, if you catch a Nazi, you just shoot him and kill him, and that's the end of it. And he said, no, that's not the right way to go about it. And I just really admire him. I got to play two significant Americans because I also have this Death by Lightning thing coming out where I play President James Garfield.
Oh yeah.
Another example of someone who's actually living by the dictum that if you're president or if you're in the Supreme Court or whether you're a public servant, you're a civil servant. It doesn't mean you have all the power or you're the king. You're actually more of a servant than you would be if you're just some person walking down the street minding their own business.
So, Allison, you don't prosecute, as we said, any Nazis in this show, but
Not yet, no.
But there is
We haven't read the finale yet, though, so
Yeah.
it's possible that's coming.
But
It'll be
there
a real
are-
left turn, but I'm looking forward to it.
But there are needles about.
Yes.
There's like it's a real, like you're like people are pretending to be doctors left and right doing chest compressions and so forth.
Yeah, we're doing real nurse stuff in there. Wait, we can curse. Real nurse shit in there.
Because that can go wrong on you, can't it?
Yeah, we had a blood visual effects go wrong just this season, November 3rd. Tune in to find out why. But yeah, we had a blood gag where I had to get was in a trauma room and had to get sprayed with blood, but it had to be like right here for reasons you'll find out about on November 3rd. But so they have like a little pump and a thing where there's like fake blood in there and they squeeze it at the right time and like they did it and it didn't go in the right place and then they were like, oh, we're gonna move it like this and Allison, you have to like lean at this angle, and I was like, great, and they did it again and it didn't go in the right place and they were like, okay, we're gonna add a little bit more, we're gonna move it up, we're gonna do it. And I was like, okay, and they were like, you gotta stand at this angle, and I was like, got it, and I'm like saying medical terms while I'm doing all these things, and then they did it and it went just right in my face, like Carrie, like the end of The Descent. And we're mid-scene, and all of my co-stars are there, and we all have this split second where we're like, and then we're all like, echocardiogram and 5cc. We like just dove right back into it because no one called cut. So I'm just like I'm like, this is absolutely unusable. There's no way. There's no way they can use it. I look like I'm in a horror film. It's so gory. But yeah, that was a mishap.
Michael, you played James Garfield, and in a sense, he was in a medical mishap because he got shot, but he might have lived had the doctors not, jammed their fingers in there and been like, the humors are out of whack, bring in the leeches, that kind of thing.
Well, it's pretty insane to think in the late 1800s, many doctors in America still didn't believe that germs existed.
A lot of our cabinet secretaries
Yeah.
are believing it less and less.
Yeah.
I could have saved him, I think. My character could have saved your character. I'm pretty sure.
I mean, it's mind-boggling, and it's funny because we shot the whole thing in Budapest, which is where one of the fellows who discovered germs and hygiene was from. Semmelweis. Yeah.
Huh.
It was Joseph Lister and this guy Semmelweis. Yeah.
Why don't we have Semmelweis-erine? That's not fair.
Right.
Yeah.
What the fuck, man?
They were
pasteurized.
Yeah.
Listerine.
Listerine.
But that's all European. Over here in America, we're like, no germs, no germs.
We're just a very clean country.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Michael, Shannon, Allison Tolman, thank you so much.
Thank you.
That was really fun.